to the elect of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, starting with the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each of the tribes, and to the innumerable multitude of the one-third remnant of men, women, and children that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is going to have mercy upon in these latter days, which we're in the beginning stages of, right? And unto you Israelite foreigners, you speckled birds, you Israelites that are in the midst of these heathen nations that look like the heathens and speak their languages but are not them, all right? Shalom, shalom, shalom to all of you.
Shalom to the elect of Israel. Start with the 144,000 elect men. Shalom.
Right, before we get started with this quick hit lesson, we're going to face the east and give the much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone and GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you sincere Akim Wa'akwa, you sincere brothers and few amounts of sincere sisters that are tuned into this lesson. Adawan, Baratazah, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying and exhorting unto you straight to the point and playing upon the tables. All right. I'm your brother Ayam Nawahala.
I'm your brother Manazar.
All right, and we're your brothers representing warriors for Yahweh Shai, both Houston, Texas, and Pasadena, Texas together. All right. And the topic, as always, is a biblical prophecy. All right, Adawan Baratazah, that this lesson is edifying and exhorting unto you straight to the point, playing upon the tables. All right. So without further ado, we're going to dive right into this and bring this forth. All right. Really quickly, as you see in the title, right, it says Russia and Iran showing a united front. World War III is here. All right. Now we're going to read you this article. All right. The link of this article is within the description box. Take heed to it at your leisure. All right. We're going to get a little bit from here. We're not going to read much. We're going to dive right into these scriptures. All right. All right, so we're reading the article's title. It says Vladimir Putin is to use weapons of mass destruction, WMDs, as Russia and Iran form coalition from hell. All right, meaning what? They're forming an alliance. That's what coalition means. They're forming an alliance. They're showing a united front. This is what's happening right now. All right, Iran launched those missiles, hit Israel. And Russia sent ships out there armed to the teeth with hypersonic missiles, man. Sent also submarines that are armed to the teeth with nuclear missiles, man. In aid for who? Iran. All right. So look, you cannot say that we are truly not in the beginning stages of World War III popping off. The beginning stages of these prophetic events coming to pass. The fulfillment of what? World War III is being made manifest right now before the eyes of the people, man. This is happening, man. All right? So let's get a little bit in this article and then we'll dive into the scriptures. All right, it says, there are fears that Vladimir Putin might use weapons of mass destruction in Ukraine as tensions rise in the Middle East, right? Out there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, in the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, right? Out there in what? West Asia. Iran launched over 300 missiles and drones at Israel on Saturday evening in response to Israeli strike on Tehran's consulate building in Syria. Defense industry analyst Nicholas Drummond claims Russia will be pleased with the events in the Middle East as it may distract the West from the war in Ukraine. And that's literally what they want, man. They want the United States to divert their attention towards the Middle East instead of, worried about what Russia's doing, all right? But meanwhile, Russia is also making their presence known in the Middle East just as well as China, right? And who are they truly trying to draw out? They say they're trying to draw out NATO and together as a whole, but in particularly in NATO, who are they really trying to draw out? America, the great horde that sitteth upon many waters, all right? They want America to be pulled into this war so ultimate destruction can happen. Honestly, for biblical prophecy to be made manifest at the end, all right? It says, he said Putin is looking for an opportunity to use WMDs, weapons of mass destruction, all right? This does not change the severity of Iran's actions. This is the first time Iran has launched a direct attack against Israel from its own soil. For decades, Iran has attacked Israel through proxy terrorist groups, repost the Express US. All right, so this is what you got to understand, man. All right, World War III is happening. All right, the beginning of stages of World War III is happening. It's being made manifest. All right, and you have to take heed to these things because look, tensions are rising over there in the Middle East. All right, you got to keep your eyes open and peeled for these things that are happening round about America, Babylon the Great, especially primarily over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man, as it is stated in the book of Joel, chapter 3, verses 9 through 12. All right? All right, especially, if I'm not mistaken, we can grab it too, Lord willing. All right? But we'll dive into these scriptures. We're going to bring this forth. I don't want to rock this out of this is edifying and exhorting unto our people. All right? Not trying to read too much into the article. All right? The link is in the description box. Take heed to it at your leisure. All right? We're diving into these scriptures now. Right? Shit. All right, so first and foremost, what we're going to do is prove through the scriptures, through the word of Yahweh Shai, that World War III is an inevitability. All right, it is soon to come to pass. All right, so we're going to start with Revelation 8 and 13. All right.
All right, so the book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 13 in the KJV. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, 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 to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Right? So woe goes into destruction. Woe 3 times represents 3 world wars.
All right, because it says, woe, 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 to the inhabitants of the earth. Right? 1 World War, 2nd World War, 3rd World War, right, which is yet to come. 9 and 12.
9 and 12. All right, so the precept, right, for Revelation 8 and 13 we read, right? Remember, there's 3 woes to come, right?
Yep.
So Revelation chapter 9, verse 12 in the KJV, 1 woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. Woe means destruction. There have been 2 major destructions, and a 3rd is prophesied. At this point in division, however, only 1 world war has been fought.
Yep.
Right?
So this goes to show you really quickly, Sloppy brother. 1 woe, right? The First World War, when it was actually fulfilled, was in July 28th, 1914, and it ended in November 11th, 1918. That was the fulfillment of this scripture, all right, of this verse, the first woe, the First World War. And then it says what? And behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter, 2 more world wars, 2 more prophetic events to come to pass, all right?
In the 11 and 14?
Yeah.
So, another precept. All right. Book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14, in the KJV. The 2nd woe is past.
The 2nd World War.
And behold, the 3rd woe cometh quickly. Right? Woe means destruction. World War II has passed. And the 3rd war is coming quickly.
So World War II, the fulfillment of World War II was brought forth in what? September 1st, 1939 to September 2nd, 1945. That was the fulfillment of what? The 2nd woe is past. Meaning the 2nd World War has come into fruition. It was fulfilled already. Now, it says, behold, the 3rd woe cometh quickly. The 3rd destruction, the 3rd World War, which is being spoken of a lot more in this present modern day and age, man. All right? And guess what? It's going to happen in your lifetime. You're going to see World War III come into fruition in your lifetime. All right? You're going to see the return of the Messiah, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, in your lifetime. All right? These are all the signs of the times, man. The signs of what? The end of this wicked rulership, man. and the drawing nigh of who? Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to make his second debut, so to speak. Right?
Next scripture.
Let's grab Matthew 24, 3 through 8.
Oh, okay. Signs of Yahushua's return.
Mm-hmm. See how, I'm trying to make it like flow with it.
Yeah. All right, so this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. We will start at verse 3 to 8. And this chapter goes into signs of the Messiah's return. And his name is Yahweh Shai. Right, so these are some of the signs that we watchmen, the prophets of Yahweh Shai, are looking out for as commanded, right?
Start with our elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone on down to us, the lowest level. Great Millstone affiliates, man.
Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3, KJV. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Right? End of the world goes into eon, meaning end of an age. And we're currently living in the eon, the age of who? The wicked elites being in rulership. Rome being reincarnated all over again.
That's America, Babylon the Great.
Mm-hmm. All right. The disciples understood that when the Roman Empire was destroyed, the kingdom of Israel will be established.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't understand, however, that the Roman Empire was going to fall and rise again, which is America today.
Which is the reincarnation of the Roman Empire due to by means of its laws, its legislation, architectural designs. All right, this is just the reincarnation of the Roman Empire today, America, Babylon the Great, man. You can see it.
If I'm not mistaken, the Quran scripture,
mm-hmm.
when it says and his image,
yeah,
right, it goes into the image of the Roman Empire, its legislation, its architecture, the laws, and etc.
Literally like a copy and paste.
Yep.
All right, they drag everything from the Roman Empire to this wicked ass reincarnation of the Roman Empire. It's not just the Roman Empire. You also got Egypt, 2.0. Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0, Rome 2.0. All these things collectively are here in America, Babylon the Great, the reincarnation of the Roman Empire, which is far more wicked than the Roman Empire in ancient days. That's why this Salaki, brother. That's why the scripture says what? That this place is going to receive a judgment far beyond anything that this world has ever seen before, by means of the nuclear missiles, right? It says that this generation shall not pass. This is the wicked and sinful kingdom here, America, Babylon the Great.
Verse 4, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. So take heed, right? Take heed, house of mourning, right? House of faith, you sincere believers, all right? Hopeful elect, take heed, okay? So you don't be deceived, all right? For example, verse 5, right? For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And this is happening right now to this day. Many people are being deceived by a false Messiah.
Yeah.
But the elect are not going to be deceived by it, right? False messiahs, right? The elect, however, would not be deceived. For an example, because the elect are going to be watching out for prophecies. They're going to be measuring the time diligently in itself. Like, okay, the Lord said this, the Lord said that. He said that in his second coming, like his actual coming, this was going to be happening in the world. This is going to be happening. Like, precept upon precept, like
particular events.
Yep. Right. Before his actual return, right? We're still waiting for the manifestation of the vision of the Quran.
Yep.
Right. The MOTB. No man can buy or sell say he had a mark. Right. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17. We're still waiting for missiles to really hit this place. We're still waiting for the alien to come. we're still waiting for one of the plagues that Yahweh Bashar had smite ancient Egypt with to smite ancient Egypt with. For example, the plague of darkness.
Yep.
Strange apparitions, monstrous apparitions. We still haven't witnessed cannibalism being the new norm out here.
We still haven't seen Jacob's trouble at all.
Pop off yet, yeah. All right. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Right? So the elect are not going to be deceived, okay? So the elect are going to be watching out for prophecies.
The elect will resort back to what the scripture says. Thus saith the Lord this, thus saith the Lord that. The scriptures don't say it, the elect will not believe, right? And Lord willing would be of the elect, right? Allah brought this out. A soulful elect, we go in accordance with what the scriptures say. If it don't say it, we don't believe it, man. Right?
Verse 6, and, right, some more signs, right? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right? The breakdown, despite all of the wars and rumors of wars happening in the world, the end will not come until all prophecy has been fulfilled. Right? Matthew 24:34, that this generation shall not pass until all these things come to pass. This paraphrase until all these prophecies. Okay, so before World War III can really pop off with like all of NATO and BRICS, like all these nations are finally at it, going at it, right? We still gotta wait for what? The Quran, right? The MOTB, right? He come down, like how Revelation 13 and 16,
Yep.
right? But he caused the wall, to receive the MOTB.
The subdermal implantable microchip, whether it be in your hand or your forehead, your metapon, your brain.
Yep. And in order for this damn devil to implement the MOTB, right, we're still waiting for order of chaos to happen. Order from chaos, right? A motto that the Freemasons use to bring in order in the midst of chaos. So obviously we're not seeing a major, chaos happening. Something what they call a black swan event happening yet. All hell is breaking loose. There's so much going on. Okay, right. So the end of this man evolution is not yet. Okay, because we're still waiting for other prophecies to come to pass. Now, verse 7: For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, scarcity of food, which is going to lead to famine, right? Starvation or hunger, and pestilences, a widespread of diseases, sicknesses, epidemics, pandemics, and earthquakes, right? So-called natural disasters. Like for example, what just happened in Dubai, that shit got flooded.
Was that 2 years of rain in one day?
Yeah, 2 years worth of rain in a 24-hour time frame.
You want to talk about flooded? Yeah.
So so-called natural disasters, right, and commotions. Are we not seeing uproars of nations for whatever reason? Why they rising up against their kings and princes? Right, we're seeing uproars, protests around the world, right, in diverse places in many parts of the world. Okay, actual violent earthquakes. What happened on the East Coast not too long ago? The 4.8 earthquake.
When the Elder Tahar felt it, man.
He felt it in mid-lesson.
Yeah.
Didn't what happen in Tokyo?
I'm not mistaken.
That was so strong that they had a tsunami alert.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that was Taiwan.
Taiwan. It was one of those places.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of copy and paste nations. They all go back to Asia.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right, so these are the signs that we're looking out for, right? And then verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, with more to come.
The beginnings of sorrow, meaning what? That this is nothing compared to what Yahweh Shai is about to reveal in the near future, man. Like literally, when you get the precept and you read the precept, 2nd Ezra 14 and verse 16, it says that yet greater evils than these, or than those, all the things that we're mentioning, that have happened right before your eyes, right, shall be done hereafter. In other words, what? That there's going to be greater evils in the near future to come than the things that we're seeing presently in this time, in and the things that are recorded in the scriptures that happened in the days of old in the ancient times, man. That's terrifying, man. And we're seeing the signs of the end right now. And it's the beginning of sorrow. That's not compared to what's going to happen in the near future, man. It's going to get more perilous out here, all right? More dreadful, more treacherous out here for the masses of the people that do not have Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai on their side, supping with them, right?
Don't talk about your Israelites.
Exactly. Your Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, man. Primarily. Joel.
Oh,
3, 9 through 12.
Joel, chapter 2,
Chapter 3.
oh, 3. Starting at verse.
About 9 through 12.
Oh, the heat say I'm strong. Okay.
It's just pertaining to, that the article, man, how the Russians, man, they're constantly, how should I say, they're bolstering up their nuclear program, constantly perfecting and forging more weapons of mass destruction, right? And they're saying that they want to be able to use them. They got that itch. They're like, yo, man, I'm trying to use this. I'm trying to fuck people up. They're trying to, unload their rage that they have in their minds that Yahweh Bashim Shai put. All right, because why? As Scripture says, man, I will stir up the meats, right? Isaiah 13 and 17. You got Jeremiah 51 and verse 11, where Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to stir up the kings of the Medes, all right? And the devices are against Babylon the Great to destroy it, roughly paraphrasing. All right, you can't make that up, man. All right, they want to use these WMDs, weapons of mass destruction, and that's by means of what? These thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, thermonuclear missiles. Why do you think out there in the Middle East right now, they got, submarines that are undetectable that hold nuclear fucking, missiles, man. They send warships out there in defense for Iran, and those warships are armed to the teeth with hypersonic missiles, man. They ready. They got that itch. They want war, man. They want war.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9 through 12, right?
Yeah.
All right, in the KJV, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Right, this is starting to happen right now, man. The beginning stages of these, nations being, provoked and stirred up in that spirit of war, that BRICS alliance, and ultimately having evil eyes for the NATO alliances, really, in particularly America, Babylon the Great. Right, these things are happening. Right, all the men of war are drawing near, man. Right.
Beat your plowshares into swords.
Right, a constant perfecting and forging of weapons of mass destruction by means of the intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. And any weapon that brings forth mass destruction, man. Right?
And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
All these nations right now, especially, if I'm not mistaken, North Korea. North Korea is one of the prime main ones that's letting they strong now. They let because they every so often they launch a missile off the coast of a NATO alliance place, off the waters of Japan, off the waters near Taiwan. Missiles flying everywhere. They ultimately let they got the capabilities to just shoot missiles off when they want to because they got a lot more than this fucking world realizes, man. If I'm not mistaken, they said that these American people, the ones that spy basically on all the military ordnance, they're saying that Russia doesn't have as many missiles as they think, and that North Korea is just, basically lying about the missiles that they have and the capabilities. It's not up to par what people are saying. I'm like, bro, y'all wild, man. Y'all wild because look, these damn nations, they have the superior capabilities by means of what? These intercontinental ballistic missiles, because they're constantly forging them, perfecting them, increasing them, bolstering up their nuclear programs, man. Being able to what? Have these missiles go from, it was only 19,000 miles per hour to now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 25 to 26,000 miles per hour, man. Traveling at the speed of sound, surpassing the speed of sound. undetectable, able to pierce through radar detection systems, man, like Joel chapter 2 says. Read verses 1 through 11. All right? That's happening. They got the capabilities now.
Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Right? Mighty ones, right? Yahweh Shai and the angels. Right? Remember, there will be a war in heaven real soon. All right? Like, think of the movie Independence Day, for example.
Yeah.
All right? Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, which will be over there, like in what they call it, the Middle East, the West Asia area, right? For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
And if I'm not mistaken, if you go a little bit lower, right here, verse 14.
Okay.
Yep.
Verse 14, multitudes in the valley of decision.
The valley of decision is talking about over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. We're in the decision where he brings forth your demise, right? By means of what? The conflict that's going to happen. World War III, the ground fighting first, right? The valley of decision.
For the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, is near in the valley of decision.
Yeah, it's near. It's drawing nearer every single day. We see it, man. We see these prophecies coming into fruition, man. Right? It says, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. We see it presently happening over there in the Middle East, which is West Asia, man. We see it. We see it. And this is just the beginning, man. This is just the beginning. It's only going to get exceedingly worse in the near future, man. And these prophecies are really going to be, punching people in their mouths, man. Knocking people out. Because they just so naturally don't believe. The Bible, that was stuff that happened in the past. That doesn't resonate today. All right, well, look, you're really going to see that World War III, as it's written in the scriptures, is going to happen. It's an inevitable intersection that this modern day and age is going to cross at some point. It's not, you can't not say that these things are not happening, coming into fruition. You can't say that, man. See the beginning stages of World War III happening. Guess what? The valley of decision, right? The valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, is starting to get a lot of attention. All right, a lot of attention. And it's only going to get worse. All right. Isaiah 13, 17 through 18.
18 or 19? I'm going to be on to
Yeah, chapter 13. 17. Oh, yeah, 19. 17 through 19.
It ends with how, like, I'm probably going to do it. I'm going to ask something more.
Yeah.
And this chapter, right, Isaiah chapter 13, prophecies about Babylon.
Or America.
So, yeah, America. So we're going to go down to verse 17. And starting at verse 13 is titled as what? Babylon will fall to the Medes. So America's going to fall to modern day Medes, the Russians.
The so-called Russians.
So-called Russians, yeah. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17 to 19, KJV. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Who's that them? America. Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Medes, Russia, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will put it in the mind of the Russians to attack America, regardless of gold and silver.
In other words, you can't swindle them, you can't coerce them by means of worldly possessions, worldly materialisms. Right? There's not going to be any amount of worldly materialism that you can bribe these Russians with for them not to attack America, Babylon the Great, the wicked and sinful kingdom, which is written in the scriptures, man. Right? This place is soon to be destroyed, and it's inevitable, man. You can't go against it. Like the scriptures say, you can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth, man. Yeah.
Verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity upon the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. Like the bows, right? What it says here, their bows, right? It's talking about the ICBM missiles. Their eye shall not spare children, meaning the Russian troops that will fight America, that will fight against America, will not pity children. So when Russia really starts going to war against America, they're not going to care about which women here are pregnant.
Oh, no.
They're not going to care about how young the children are here. They're not going to care about the age of anyone. They're not going to have pity.
Hey, they're not going to show no partiality, man. No bias. They're going to destroy you, man.
No mercy.
Right? Mind you, the border's been open for 3 years under Biden. Right? Joe Biden's head ass, right? Been open for 3 years. So look, yes, there are Russian troops here. All right? There are troops from these other nations here. There's troops here from these other nations that abhorred America, Babylon the Great. And people would say, well, why are they here for? For a better life? No, man. They're here to bring the demise of America, Babylon the Great from the inside out. All right? They're going to cause what? Great chaos in the midst of Babylon the Great. And guess what? Their commanding officers in their actual countries, they're going to be the ones to launch off the nukes, man. To what? To ultimately flatline this bitch. America, Babylon the Great, by means of what? Thermonuclear annihilation, man. Can't make this up, man. Thus saith the Lord. It's inevitable.
All these nations that's coming over here are not knowing, but they're here, fulfilling prophecies.
Yeah.
Fulfilling the will of Yahweh Shai. Yeah. Filling up this city as with caterpillars, right?
Yeah,
with the most
51:14.
With the most evil nations, most evil heathens, bringing them over here, the enemies of this world, America, to partake in the destruction of America.
Yeah.
Right? So prophecies can be fulfilled.
Yep.
Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, how about America? The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be, making a comparison, shall be as when Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And how did Yahweh Shai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah? He melted that place too.
Fire and brimstone.
Yep. All the fornication and the rainbow.
The immoral sexual acts.
Yep. The parnas that was going on.
Yeah.
The Greek for fornication, the act of parnas. Right? Unlawful sexual acts, and there's a bunch of wickedness going on. So the Lord melted that place. So this is what the Lord's going to do to ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, which is America. He won't melt this place, but in turn to what? Thermonuclear destruction. And the chariots, the so-called UFOs, the chariots of Yahweh Shai, adding on to the destruction of America. Okay? Yep. Right? The beauty of Chaldees' excellency, talking about America. Yep. So our power, Yahweh Shai, has made a comparison on how he's going to destroy America like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. Yep. Right?
He's going to do it by means of what? His left-hand side, server, which is Esau, right? But starting with who? The Teman, right? The Temanites, the so-called Germans today, right? They have, if I'm not mistaken, the scripture goes into that, where they were able to split the atom, and create nuclear fission to be able to mimic a fraction of the Most High power by means of, the nuclear missiles. If I'm not mistaken, it says, I created the smith and the waster, right? That blow up the coal, if I'm not mistaken, roughly paraphrasing around there, and says, the smith and the waster is talking about these scientists that are able to create nuclear fission, that split the atom, that were able to create and mimic a fraction of the Most High power in an intercontinental ballistic missile to ultimately cause what? Great damage, man. Great damage that the atom bomb couldn't do. And the atom bomb was terrible. So how much more so this nuclear missile, man? Shit. Y'all must be trying to really let you know, look, those missiles is a part of his arsenal, man. He's about to let it loose on America, Babylon the Great, far beyond anything this world has known or seen before, right? And it's going to be 200 billion missiles that's going to destroy the foundation of America, Babylon the Great, to oblivion, to where nobody's going to be able to reside here and live here anymore, right? No proof of your existence is going to be found, man.
No Arab shall pitch a tent here.
Yep.
Because you know how the Arabs, they like to live in such climate, the desert. That's how bad it's going to be here. That not even an Arab, is going to be able to live here. That's how bad this place is going to be, man.
All that nuclear radiological fallout, nobody's going to be able to live here. It says, besides what? Desert creatures, man, and wicked spirits, right? That's how bad it's about to be.
What's the next one?
This is. Oh shit! What I quoted earlier. No, that's actually grab Jeremiah 51:11. Since we were talking about it earlier too.
Okay, so the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 11 in the KJV. Make bright the arrows.
Make bright the arrows, talking about the perfecting, right? The forging of these weapons of mass destruction, but the perfecting of them, right? Making them bright, perfect.
Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes.
Right, provoking them to what? War, right? The Medes, the so-called Russians today, provoking them in the spirit of what? War, antagonizing them, ultimately having evil eyes for who? America, Babylon the Great, right?
The Lord Yahweh Shai have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it.
His plans, man, his plots, his the idea that they got against America, Babylon the Great is to destroy it. And what are those ideas and those plots that they have made and created? Those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, right? They're ultimately made and created to destroy the foundation of America, Babylon the Great, right? Those devices.
It says, and it gives you the why, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the vengeance of his temple. And who is his temple? The house of David, the elect.
Yep.
All right. So the Lord is going to destroy America, right? Expressing his vengeance, his anger, bringing punishment to America, and the vengeance of his temple for what America has done, touching the apple of his eye, polluting us. You pretty much touch his woman.
Yep.
And jealousy is the rage of a man, right? And that's the scriptures goes into how that our power is a jealous power.
Yep.
And you pretty much touch his woman, so he gonna fuck you up, America, and all the other nations too.
They're the partakers of the wickedness that America, Babylon the Great has brought forth and made manifest. Like the scripture says, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, right? Primary starting here in America, Babylon the Great, with its philosophies, man, its guiding principles, its on how to behave. That started here with the wickedness that spread throughout the four corners of the earth. That's why the scriptures also say that the nations are mad, man. All these nations hate America, Babylon the great whore that sits upon many waters. It's about to get real bad for America, Babylon the Great real soon, man.
What is it, another one?
Joel is the last one, chapter 1 verses, chapter 2 verses 1 through 11.
1 through 11. All right. So the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Let all people slack up my youth. Warning our people. That's what we're doing, right? Not just us. Starting with our elders and apostles and bishops of great millstone on down to us at the lowest level, great millstone affiliates, right? We're constantly what? Blowing the trumpet in Zion. Sounding an alarm in the holy mountain of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, constantly warning our people, being watchmen, right? As we have been told to be, right? Constantly warning our people about these things that are happening, that are coming to pass, things to be watchful, circumspect and vigilant upon, right? Because these prophecies is coming into fruition, man. In incremental instances, we see them coming to pass, all right?
And we're able to warn our people worldwide, because we're scattered. Even the elect are scattered among all other nations, right? We're able to do that by using the internet.
Yep.
We do videos and we upload it. So it can do the heavy lifting for us, so we don't have to travel around. We just do the lesson on our smart devices, and boom, the heavy lifting of it spreading is being done. It's reaching to whoever it's meant to reach. And definitely want to reach the elect in some shape, way, or form. Okay? Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Drawing closer and closer every single day. Right?
A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like. Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Right? So a great people and a strong is talking about the ICBM. Okay? And the thing about those missiles, it can cause daytime to look like darkness. It can fill up the skies, right? And make it seem dark, thick darknesses. Like think of like a motion cloud, right? It can create, it can make daylight look like nighttime.
Because it's not just a regular smoke. It's radiological particles now. You know, it's gonna clog. It's gonna blacken the sky, and no light is gonna be able to pierce through. Right? But primarily speaking on this, the great people and the strong, the intercontinental ballistic missiles. Right? It says what after it? It says there have not been ever the like. There has never been these type of missiles before, man. Right? Ever the like of what? These intercontinental ballistic missiles that are nuclear capable. Right? Hasn't been like that ever. And it says what? Neither shall be any more like it afterwards, because look, this war, World War III, right, is going to be the ultimate war of wars. So where literally it's going to be no more wars after that.
In the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be peace.
Yeah. War shall no longer be heard of in the land of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, which is by default our land as well.
Ain't gonna be no teaming, no teaming night.
They got the wisdom and knowledge to shit. So
trying to build a whole new army in caves and rise up against them. Oh man, it's gonna be complete peace in the kingdom. Go ahead, let it Edomite or a heathen try to be stupid enough and try to go against one Israelite in general. Yo, you gonna be tortured. You're gonna be tortured. You're gonna be put to death.
It's like coming against the Most High Himself, man.
Yeah.
Lord will be of the elect, man. We're all gonna be gods, man. We're gonna be immortal beings. How the fuck you gonna try to come up against an immortal being that has understanding that is not of this world, man? Far beyond understanding and comprehension.
That scripture in Deuteronomy where it goes into how the command to kill all the Amalekites. Mm-hmm. Somewhere within that scripture it goes into how in the land where you should be at peace and not having to worry about your enemies.
Oh, yep.
Right? So clearly, in that land, it's about the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be at complete peace. We're not going to have to worry about another nation trying to rise up against us, and we're going to have to go to war, and we're going to go back to slavery. No. Mm-hmm. Right? The kingdom of heaven is literally the paradise, the forever, eternal peace, vacation.
An everlasting kingdom. Meaning what? It's going to be forever. It's going to always exist forever. An imperishable kingdom.
And the Israelite men are going to be ruling, starting with Lo Yahushai, our King David, going to be ruling with a rod of iron.
Rigorous rule, man.
Strictly. The law, statutes, commandments of Yahushai. Strictly. Yeah. But because, Lo Yahushai himself first, King David, and all the men that represent the house of David, we've learned at that time in the kingdom of heaven, we've learned both sides, wickedness, righteousness. We know what it's like to be reincarnated and live in the flesh, so we will be able to know how to judge properly. We'll know how to judge you according to the law, statutes, and commandments correctly, because we've been it, we've done that pretty good. All right, but the best is going to be strict.
Oh yeah,
go ahead and try to rise up against when you put to death. Go ahead and try to be the Israelite woman going to be in her right mind. She'll be perfect, but let a heathen woman try to commit adultery, whatever. You're going to be put to death. Try to be a witch in the kingdom. You're going to be put to death. Try to be a sodomite in the kingdom. You're going to be put to death. Try to commit bestiality in the kingdom. You're going to be put to death.
None of that's ever going to even happen. Nobody's even look. You have a wicked ass thought. The Yahweh Shai is going to be able to know right off the rip. Summon your ass to his presence and kick, cut you down. Or you might be beaten, by one of the elect.
Verse 3, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
This is by means of the intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Yeah. Oh.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
This paradise of Esau, right? America, Babylon the Great, is likened unto what? His own Garden of Eden, right? And that's what the missiles are looking at when they're coming down. And behind the missiles, after they strike, is what? A desert wilderness. Because this place is going to be obliterated, man.
Yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
The missiles, hell no.
This stays up, right? When it goes into Garden of Eden before, desolate wilderness, the ICBMs have the power to completely change a landscape.
Yeah.
So, for example, right, America is, green, you got buildings, the way how it looks right now, it can literally make New York look like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It can make New York look like a Sahara desert.
Yeah.
It can literally make a place that looks tropical look like a desert. Okay. Verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Right? When horses run, right, they kick up dust behind them. So when the horse is running, you usually see like debris of dirt.
Yep.
Right?
It's because the power of their trots is very powerful.
It is the same with the ICBMs blowing anything away that is near where it is launched. Right? And a horse represents power. The amount of power that the nukes or the missiles are going to have is going to be like onto if a horse is running.
Yep. A worldly example, how people in their cars, they say, I got 500 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower in my vehicle, whatever, blah, 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 right? Same thing. What gives that rocket power is the propulsion system on it. The rocket that actually, propels the rocket forward, the part that ignites, right? That's the powerful part. That's the part that has immense power, where when it is shot off, you have this big plume of smoke that's made manifest, right? And when it's, launched forward or shot forward, you see like a drag of smoke. You see the drag of smoke. It's like literally, like this verse says, it's like a horse trotting, right? Horse racing, basically, or racing to what? To the finish line. And guess what? That finish line is here, America, Babylon the Great. All right.
All right, verse 5. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
Yeah, set in a battle array. The nuclear missiles, man, they are armed up to the T, right? They are well protected. They're able to, how should I say, course correct, evade detection systems, and also, are impenetrable, man. Right? Especially when they're when they're en route to be shot from the northern countries, right? The BRICS alliance, primarily Russia, to over here America, Babylon the Great. Right? They're armed to the T.
Verse 6, before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness.
They're gonna be burnt, man. Destroyed, man.
They shall run like mighty men.
The missiles.
They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. They shall climb the wall. The ICBMs will break the missile defenses. Shall not break their ranks. The missiles will hit their target, regardless of any missile defense system.
Mind you, remember the missiles that Russia's been creating, and North Korea as well, they don't launch them straight up and they go into low orbit anymore and then come back down. right? They launch them at an angle, and they fly around the Earth at a certain speed, picking up, immense velocities, man, traveling at like 26,000 miles per hour, surpassing the speed of sound, which renders them undetectable and impenetrable because you can't find something you can't see, right? So it's going to be able to pierce through missile defense radar detection systems here in America, Babylon the Great. And guess what? Sudden destruction is going to happen. People are not going to know what the fuck. Why I see this big ass light come out of nowhere, and then you're gonna see the shock of air bursting through, and then a fucking wave of fire. And it's not going to be one; it's going to be multitudes of these missiles, man. 200 million hitting America, Babylon the Great, simultaneously too, one right after another.
Verse 8, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path.
Literally, meaning that none of these missiles are going to bump into one another. They're not going to be clumsy and be like, oh shit, I done hit this missile and now it's off its path. No, they're all, how should I say? They're all programmed to go in a certain direction on a certain path and hit a certain mark here in America, Babylon the Great, right? They're not going to bump into one another. They all have their direct path that they are programmed to, fly in, and they're going to go in accordance with that program, right? And hit their marks, all right, here, America, Babylon the Great.
Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Right? The missile defenses will not be able to stop the ICBMs. Right? Verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run up upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in them at the windows like a thief. Right?
All of a sudden destruction, man.
That city is talking about Babylon, right? America. Revelation chapter 14, verse 8, right? That great city. Windows, the ozone layer. All right. Now, verse 10. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Okay? Oh shit. My bad. Sun and the moon shall be dark. The sun and the moon will be blocked off by the missiles. So because there's so many missiles being sent off, and that destruction, smoke, the thick smoke that's creating is going to block off the luminaries pretty much to project its light upon Earth. It's going to be dark out here. All right? Let's say verse 11, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, verse 11. And the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is great and very terrible.
Right. Great above the normal or average, right?
And who can abide it?
Who can withstand it? Who's going to be able to stand in that time? Not your average mere mortal men, women, and children of this world. Hell no. All right. Only the elect are going to be able to abide in it because they're going to be saved, protected, and preserved in that time. All right. When the missiles do begin to be shot over here, the elect are going to be beamed up into the chariots. The so-called quote-unquote UFOs changed into another meaning, right? And then what? Come back down and take the kingdom. Take the earth back, man. Right?
The saints of Yahweh shall take the kingdom.
Yep. And shall possess the kingdom forever and ever.
And evermore.
Oh, hell yeah, man. All like Naya was
No, that
was it.
Hey, that's what we got for today's lesson.
Pertaining to the article, how the Medes, right, the so-called Russians today have created a coalition and alliance with the Iranian forces itself, all right, letting you know, look, slowly but surely, World War III is being made manifest, all right? These prophecies are coming into fruition. And the demise of America, Babylon the Great, is soon to be made manifest along the lines. When World War III is in its prime, so to speak, all right? Then the nukes will hit once the MOTB is made manifest and made mandatory, all right?
Also, hey, I brought this up. Us was edified, planted upon the tables. America will be conquered. It will be destroyed according to prophecies. All right. So, hey, for the house of mourning, the house of faith, stay sober, vigilant. Right. Pray without season.
Yep.
All right. Keep praying to God, watching outside, and do what you got to do to make your call and mission short. All right. We about to enter some dangerous times. All right. So we're gonna face the east. And we're going to give them much due, all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Kodash.
double honors
Double honors.
to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. And much due respect to you, sincere Akim, that is laboring works. And Shalom,
Shalom.
to you believers, to the Akim Wa'akwa, which will be your brothers, and few of my sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth, listening and learning in silence, as the scriptures say so. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.